G'day guys, welcome back. This is the 5th time I'm trying a flower with Stonecoat Countertops Heat Resistant Resin. I haven't put up the other videos because they didn't work. This was the closest I've got so far. Look how lacy it is. And dotty on the back. This was 35 minutes. I've done 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 25 minutes, 35 minutes. That was the 35 minutes. And now I've waited 45 minutes. Still, it doesn't look as if it's changed texture. It's not really warm, maybe a smidge warm, but really not getting hot. So anyway, I'm going again, 45 minutes. I'm not going to let this resin beat me. Well, I'm going to try not to. I kind of gave up for a couple of days and just said, no, it's not working. This resin does not like the flower technique. Got 10 grams in there. But look, I came back to it today thinking there must be a way I can get this resin to work. Maybe I just have to leave it longer. It's very, very thick. Like it's a thick resin. What I've found so far is the thinner the resin, the less wait time you have, which is odd. The thicker the resin, in my opinion so far with the resins I've tested, the thicker the resin, the longer the wait time. I've just got this bluish colour glass that I made. Put a little bit of that in just for the middle. I have got a video on how to make the different colours. If you want to watch that, it's on my channel. I'm going to put a little bit of resin in there just to make it a paste. And give it a stir. It's a beautiful colour, isn't it? So we're going sort of a turquoisey, pale bluey kind of a turquoise with this one today. So I started with, I wrote down what I did. Stonecoat is 1:1. I've done 55 grams of A and 50 grams of B. A is the thicker one. So that's 105 grams. I've got about 5 in there, 10 in there, 10 in there, and the rest will go in here. Look how thick it is. Because it was so thick and bubbly, when I was torching these molds the other day, obviously they got too hot and 3 of them stuck to the sides. I had to put them in the freezer to get the resin to let go. So yeah, not impressed. Because it's so bubbly, you know, I had to heat it heaps just to get the bubbles out. I'm just wiping my stick off so I can reuse that stick. I'm kind of squished in the middle here because I've got coasters drying under there and coasters drying under there. So this is what I've got, this little area here on my table. I have got another table behind me, but it's full of stuff and the light's not good there because I've got all my lights on this side. All right, I'm going to try not to torch it too much. Okay, so that's my glass. That can just sit there for a minute. Can you still see it? I don't know if you can still see it. Right, I've got my 2 piping bags in my little cups ready to go. I'm going to put white in one and blue in the other. So, Castin Craft. This is the magic stuff. I've tried doing flowers with just alcohol inks without this. Didn't work. It just kind of sat on top. Now I've got 10 grams in there, so 2 drops. 1, 2, I'm going to do 2 in this one. 1, do I do 2? Yeah, okay. 2. I actually cut the nozzle off because I could not get the paste out, so I cut the nozzle off. Now this one's having how many drops? I normally do 1, but let's do 2 and just see what happens. 1, 2. Now this one is going to be the blue, and I've got this cerulean paste, pigment paste from Colour Passion. Look at that. Let's have a little bit of that just to kind of help colour it. And then 2 drops of Baja Blue Pinata alcohol ink into that one. It's the paler out of the two. I've got a sapphire blue and then the Baja. So 2 drops. Oh goodness, 3 went in. Oops. That's a pretty colour. That'll match my glass nicely actually. Alright, so it's now been 50 minutes since I stopped stirring my resin, because I stir it for, I don't know, 3 to 5 minutes. So it's been 50 minutes now. Doesn't really look as if it's changed its consistency. I'm happy with that colour, so I'll put that away. And we'll just stir up the white now. I guess this one's more pigmented now, more opaque, because it's got the same amount of white in it, but then it's got that extra little bit of pigment paste in it. So I don't know whether that's going to be detrimental to it, whether it's going to be like too heavy and want to fall through. But if you don't leave your resin long enough to sit, you get this wispy kind of a look. The colour won't kind of stay in place, and then it's blobby on the back. I mean, it's still pretty. When I looked at it, I thought, oh, it's kind of pretty. It's really delicate, but not what I was after. This is the type of petal I want. See? There's a big difference. Okay. Still millions of bubbles in there. Let's torch again. Actually, I want to try, see if my heat gun actually will pop bubbles. This XU1. Let's put it on low and see if it'll actually pop bubbles. So it doesn't do... I guess they are popping. Yeah, I can see them. I can see them popping. It just doesn't work as well as the blowtorch. But then I guess this will be more kind to my mold, won't it? Alright, let's put the pigment paste into the little bags. Here goes the white. Now I was sure that I read somewhere that this resin, Stonecoat, had a work time of 45 minutes. It's been, well, it's coming up to 55 minutes now, and it doesn't look as if it's starting to set. So I'm just wondering if maybe I've read it wrong. I just went to the website, but maybe it does have a much longer work time. Does anyone know what Stonecoat work time is? The heat resistant one. Yeah, I just thought it was 45 minutes. That's what I read, but maybe they were talking about something else. I don't know. Let's pour that into there. Now this one is a little bit thicker because it's got the extra paste, but then do you remember an extra drop of alcohol ink fell in, so maybe it'll combat that. All right. Let's wipe my hands. And my little baby wipe. Get the resin off. Keep that cup for the next time. These little bags are just piping bags I get from eBay. I think they're really easy to use. I prefer them to the snap lock bags. And you can just cut the bottom off like that so that you're not having too much dangling and kind of getting in your way. Right, now the tricky part is always sort of wondering how much do I cut off the edge, you know, off the tip. So we can start, I reckon about 3 millimeters wide is what I reckon. I don't like having it too small. I reckon it's about 3 millimeters. I don't know, can you see that? The blue hole's a little bit smaller than the white. Make sure that you wipe that straight away with your baby wipe, otherwise you'll have resin on your scissors and they might stick shut forever. Right, let's put our glass in the middle. Hopefully I can find the middle. Isn't that a pretty colour? I love this one. Whole heap of bubbles just came out with it. Can you see all those bubbles? It's just amazing. So many bubbles in this resin. Probably going to damage this mould now. Okay, let's get to this. So it's coming up to an hour. Another 3 minutes and it'll be an hour since I stopped mixing. Look at all the bubbles on top again. Oh. I don't know. Righto, here we go. It's going to go white, blue, same as I've done with my other ones, just to kind of compare. Just have to keep twisting it, kind of hold it like a pen. Try not to overlap any of your colours. Because where you overlap like that there, that's where you get your blobs, because it's the heaviest. And just keep going until we're full, basically. I only made up 10 grams. So hopefully I've got enough for another blue and then another white. The white's running out. But I want to end on white. Oh, I'll have just enough. Twist that again till it's nice and full. Go right up towards the edge. All right, how's that looking? I'll just thicken this one a little bit. Whoops. Okay. Now the test. See if we can get this to bloom, to puff up, to bloom. A little bit of heat. Outside in. Outside in, outside in. It's a bit hard with the side of the coaster in the way, like the coaster mold I should say, but maybe if I just do that and heat it. A little bit of heat. Do I need any more heat? It's starting to bloom. See, this side here is really touching the side of the mold. Whoops, I'm on high. It's a bit hard to blow from the outside in when it's already touching there, but I'll just heat it. All right, that's enough. If you see that your colors are starting to break, just stop. Staring at it, seeing what it's doing. Let me wipe my hands and I'm going to get you down for a close-up and see if this one is going to work. So it's now been an hour, 1 hour since I stopped stirring my resin. Coaster's drying under there. Coaster's drying under here. So that was the one that, I'll put it here. That was the one that did not work. See how lacy it is? The colour just broke, like it just broke. And it all fell through. This is what we're after, which is a beautiful formed petal, no breakage. And let's see what this one's doing. It looks as if it's doing the same as the other one. This one, kind of breaking. Look, maybe it's just the resin. Maybe you can't get that effect with this resin, because this is number 5, and it's still doing it. See how it's, I don't know what you call that, it's just not staying together. It's kind of aerated. I don't know. Anyway, we'll see what happens. I don't know whether it's worth me going for number 6, but I probably will, you know. I'll probably wait an hour next time and see if it works, because that's what I want to achieve. I can do that with the other 2 resins I've used, the Barnes Clarity and the Delcom. They give me that effect. But the Stonecoat is doing this, which is a shame. All right, I'll see you maybe for the unmolding if you ever get to see the video. Maybe I won't even show it if it doesn't work. All right, we'll see what happens. Stay tuned. Hey guys. Right, let's have a look at this flower. Now, as you can see, it hasn't done the real pretty bloom thing. The flowers have stayed all kind of aerated and separate. So this was number 5 that I tried with the Stonecoat Heat Resistant. So I don't know if maybe this resin just can't do it. Look at all those bubbles. Oh my gosh. This, as far as I can see, now please correct me if I'm wrong, as far as I can see, I can't do these 3D flowers with this resin. If you've got the Stonecoat Heat Resistant and you've been successful with the flowers, I'd love to see them, but for me, I just can't do it. Let's have a look at the back. Okay. That's interesting. My table mustn't have been very level. It's kind of all gone that way. Well, yeah, like it's okay, but it's nothing like, you know, my regular 3D flowers. So I've got a few little blobbies. The glass in the middle's pretty. You know, if the bubbles weren't there, I could probably live with that because it's quite pretty with, you know, the little delicate petals. But yeah, it's just not working for me. Now this was the pink one. That was the front. And that's the back. So that one was more blobby, as you can see. Again, little wispy petals there, very, very bubbly. So that's those two, and yeah, I've done 5. I'm not going to go again. I'm just going to put it down to not being able to use this particular resin for this particular technique and move on. But look, I'm going to put the video up anyway so that maybe if you guys are getting these, maybe it'll help you. So we'll put it up anyway. All right, thanks for watching, you guys. And remember, if you've been successful with this resin, jump on my Facebook group, Pouring Your Heart Out. Links below in the description. Show me what you've created. I would love to see it. Very interested. All right. See you later, guys. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.